Hi everyone, welcome to my personal finances podcast, episode 51. So there are different kind of smart or intelligence. We have book smart, those who excel in exams with minimal effort. People who are people smart, those with excellent interpersonal skill. We have word smart, those with high linguistic skill. We also have body smart, those people are just awesome at coordinating their bodies and minds. But most, if not all, successful people are money smart. And this is what we are going to talk about today. And stay tuned and watch until the end because we are giving out 2 copies of this, the latest masterpiece of our prolific Malaysian author KCLau, and with the book titled Money Smart. So, hi Casey.
Hello, Catherine.
Welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
Yeah, it's my honor to be here first time on MyPF podcast. PodCat, right? PodCat.
Catchy name, I know.
Yeah,
You
very
probably
nice. Very great.
Thank you. And I'm so happy to find out that it's actually your first interview about this book. And
Yes. I've never done any interview on a book before, so you're the first. I don't know
oh,
whether I'm the lucky one or you are.
I guess we are both the lucky ones then. Okay. All right. So to get our audience to get to know you a bit better, so I have quick fire questions for you,
Okay.
just so that like some personal questions, so don't get caught by surprise. All right. So the first thing is, what motivates you in life and work?
Oh, this is not fire quick question. You have to think about it.
That is what it's
what
meant to
what
do.
get us
It's
excited, right? Is it the question like what get me excited? I think uh I don't know. There are so many areas. I guess seeing people become successful. I guess that will, yeah.
Mm.
Now that ordinary people can do something extraordinary. I think that will be something that will fire me up.
That's nice. Isn't
Mhm.
that what you're doing as well to, like realize there's a gap in Malaysian in terms of their financial literacy
Yeah,
and
I'm trying to do that, and hopefully I can, yeah, of course, affect more people and let them have the advantage to be money smart, no, to achieve more with what they already have.
yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I think like you are really doing a huge contribution for Malaysians in this regard. Okay. All right. So, what is your personal definition of financial independence?
Financial independent, to me is about uh, having enough money to do the thing you want,
Hmm.
but uh, not like too much until you have too much to spend. Independence, that would be like abundance, but too much, right? So independent would be just enough to let you do whatever you want in your life, and you don't have to like really drag your ass to go to work just to pay the bills, those kind of thing. So I talk about it in my book as well. So there are a few definition, and usually I measure it with time. So let's say if you are able to stop working and you still have that money, you still have enough money to sustain your lifestyle forever, then you're basically financially independent.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess like everyone have a different kind of definition for financial independence, but you summarize it and then you pointed out the key things like really well in the book itself, which I've read it. Okay, yeah, just so people who are just started tuning in, we are giving away 2 copies of this book, Money Smart by Casey Lau. So keep watching, stay till the end. Yeah. So not this, we have 2 extra copies, and I've expect not this as well because I've wrapped it nicely. I
This is
spent,
not rap. This is original. Yeah, that's it.
I realize it's a good effort because by just spending like 30 seconds or 1 minute, and I'll keep this book nicely for a long time. Good way to keep books. Right. So next question. How do you save and invest?
Oh, how do I say invest?
Do you
Oh,
get this question before?
no, this is very general, right? It's not very
Mm-hmm.
specific, but
Mm,
it's I mean it's very straightforward. Whenever money comes in, and it has become clockwork for me. Like uh, I always spend below my means. That means I always
mm,
spend less than I earn. So and and now I'm earning a lot more than I need to spend. So always every month we will have surplus. And I guess maybe a good advice for everybody is that at least you have to put your priority of saving first. That means when your money come in, you have to pay yourself, set aside a portion of it and really do that investment, or buy your stocks, or you want to save up for your next property or something. So acquiring good assets. And that's basically how we do it. It's very easy. It's very, in fact, very easy. All the money you come in, sell a portion, and then use that portion to acquire all the productive assets like stocks and property. So basically, those are the things I invest in.
mm-mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like it's something that is so easy, but people tend to neglect this. And I guess like it
Mm.
all started with very very small, like atomic habit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It starts small, and I think it is pretty hard when someone just started working, right, as a fresh grad. Now I used to go through that phase as well, because when we start coming out, we I have nothing. When I moved to university, basically I just have a bag. But now I've moved several times. Every time I move, I have to engage like a container. So, but I'm trying now. I'm trying to like stream down back. So I don't have much possession now. So I think less possession, simple life, you'll be happier because there are less stuff to worry about.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah. Like Marie Kondo say, like throw away the things that doesn't spark joy, right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with her style. Yes.
Hmm. We have some friends and fans to say hi. Hi,
Hi,
Sean. Like
Ethan.
you
Oh.
say, the OG is here. Hmm.
Hey, what is OG, by the way? I actually don't know. What does OG
Um,
stand for?
Let's wait for Sean to comment, and then I'll show this up. And we also have Kaho. He
Hey,
says hi.
Kaho. Hi. Yeah, I just host a webinar with Kaho this week, right? Hey, this week or last week, I think. Hey, no, see, this week, this week. Oh my god, I don't have the sense
Losing
of
track of
time
time.
anymore. Yes.
Mhm. All right. So we also have another question. So, what is your favorite quote?
Favorite quote? Yeah, I think it's this one. Uh, I think it originated from Will Smith. He said,
Mm.
"Don't spend money you don't have to buy the things you don't need to please the people you don't like." So if you
Yeah.
stop doing that, I guess you'll have a lot of money.
I think it's such a great quote, and then it's in the book as well. I read it.
Yeah, one of the
So,
chapter title, right?
exactly. So Sean is saying OG means pioneer.
OG means pioneer. Is it O? What is O? What is G?
Huh.
No, you're not going to
Interesting.
tell me until the end of the podcast, I
Yeah,
guess.
I guess. But that's a good tactic he's playing. He's just staying with us in this show. So like no good chance that he'll be getting this book first.
again, again. Mhm.
Right. So one Steve is here. It is known as original gangster. Huh, what do you
Oh.
think of this, AKC?
I don't know. I don't think this is true. Gangster. G for gangster. My God.
Well, I guess like because you are I would say you are one of the first ones who were actively, from the writing or sharing like from a Malaysian point of view. Because many years back then, it whenever we Google when we look for financial tips, like they are mostly not Malaysian market related. So that
Yeah.
was a missing piece. And when you came along and you started showing up, I believe like for everyone who actually ever search about personal finance or money tips, you will show up. Like whether it's YouTube or Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, that might be true 10 years ago, right? But now I don't think people will come to my site when they search this kind of thing. So there are too much content out there. So there are a lot of good writers, like MyPF blog is also very, very good. So I guess they are going to your sites more than mine.
Oh,
But
thank you. You're being so humble. Yeah, I mean, but to the point is just that we're just so proud and happy to see the community is getting like bigger and
Mhm,
stronger. We have more Malaysians contributing to this missing piece that was
mhm.
really like lacking in Malaysia market itself. All right, so
Mhm.
I maybe like the previous four question you had to think about it, but the last question is really meant to not think about it. It's super random, so yep, I'll just it's a random question game, which but instead of showing the question, I'll just read out the question to you. So,
Okay.
which would you rather have unlimited free for life? Whether it's green grass, yes, grass, like you eat
Okay.
grass, unlimited free for life, or you have apam balik, unlimited free for life. Which one would you choose?
Oh. uh, I can only eat apom balik. I cannot eat grass. So I guess the answer is
Oh, that they
apom balik.
are.
Yeah.
Uh, but there are ways to you can cook it, you can blend it. It's healthy. It's green. It's
I don't know what kind of grass, right? If I don't know.
okay. All right. Yeah. When you answer that, I probably can guess that you miss Malaysian food.
Yes, yes, definitely. This is the thing that is very hard to find in Portland. I'm living in Portland right now. So I'll tell you what. Guess how many Malaysian restaurant in Portland? Oh, I'm throwing back a
Um,
question to you.
I think just a wild guess, maybe two. Then
Two?
might
Okay. How
yeah.
about the audience, right?
Anyone want to guess
Yeah,
like
anyone want to guess?
how many Malaysian restaurants are there in
In
Portland,
Portland,
Oregon?
yes. Yes.
Yeah, Kaho said
One.
one.
Okay. So is it two?
Mm.
Okay. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling positive,
One.
and Steve
Oh,
is saying one.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
anyone?
Shall I
I would
reveal?
say like having two would be lucky. Like you're
I
blessed
see.
that you have two over there.
We
But
have one Singapore restaurant.
okay,
Just opened like a few months ago, and but it's not really a restaurant because pandemic nobody can dine in, so we can do takeout only. And in fact, Malaysia restaurant zero, no, none.
none. And
Yes.
like over here, Fahruddin is saying that you have three. So we are being too optimistic.
Yeah, so nothing. We
None.
cannot find nasi lemak, but we do have a few Malaysians here. So I mingle out with a lot of Malaysian gang, and when we do party, all the Malaysian will come because they know the best Malaysian food will be in that party, because everyone is going to like do their own stuff. And yeah, the potluck party, this is the best. Is the You can taste all the Malaysian food there, like everything
That's
you can name, we have it here. Yeah, made by
that's nice.
Malaysian. Yes.
That's nice. How often you do you have this sort of potluck party? Given your
Uh,
a crazy schedule, I would
Zero
say.
since pandemic. But
Wow.
before that, we have it like every 2 3 months. We'll have one party. Yeah, at least.
Right, right. At
Mm.
least you get some Malaysian food. Like not to put salt on you, but I just had nasi lemak this morning.
Smells good. I can smell you. I can smell you.
All right. Kaho is saying start a nasi lemak joint in Portland. It
You
is a good idea.
I don't know whether you can survive doing a Malaysian restaurant here. So if you do a Malaysian restaurant here, all the Malaysian have to support you every week if you want to survive. If not, you will have to have the Caucasian eating your food, right? So of course you have to
Yeah,
make the taste that the Caucasian will like it.
you know,
Yes.
there we have like AC talking about investment tips with us already. So if this like does not make sense, like money wise, maybe the potluck party will work better.
Yeah.
So we also have Ken Sing who say hi. Good morning, Ken
Oh, hello,
Sing.
Ken Sing. Yeah, my long time reader as well. Ken Sing, hi.
All right. So anyone who's just started watching, I'm
Mhm.
showing this book. I don't know how many times I have to do this. For those who will be listening later on Spotify, whenever you see like a funny laugh like this, I'm showing the book which we are giving out. We have 2 copies of this book to be given out for free. So stay tuned and keep watching until the end. Like you might be the lucky one that we pick, and we will send you the book. So, so let's get serious. So, Casey, you have written 6 books, if I'm not mistaken, for
Yeah,
now.
yes.
Mm, six
This
books.
is this is the seven. Yeah.
Mm, all right. So, and how is this book different from your previous books?
Oh, my first book was published in back in 2008. So that's the first one, Top Money Tips for
Mm,
Malaysian. So the red cover one, and I guess I mature over time. So I think this book, this latest, will be the best one. Will be
mm,
the best one because it's basically it's a compilation of all the things I've said. Uh, I have written on my blogs and on magazines, on newspaper. So it's basically a compilation up to what I have right now, and then I went back and rewrite a lot of it. So update the information and cut out the fat, cut out the things that is redundant, not useful. Uh, give the tips to you as fast as possible. So that's how I come up with this book.
yeah, I would totally agree. I have not finished reading the book yet, but I'm halfway through. I really like. I'm
It's
amazed,
quite
like
hard to
how you
finish,
can.
like 300 over pages.
No, actually, I only started reading this on Monday, I think, and I'm halfway
Oh.
through.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're halfway through. So is it easy read or
It is, and it's fun to read. I usually like you read it before my bedtime, just so some books help me go to bed easily.
Mm,
But this does not work for your book because it keeps me reading, and it's always way past my bedtime when I realize it. So yeah, it's definitely a page turner because I just love how you summarize all the key points, the tips that I believe
mm,
like something that you have in mind for a long time, but like yeah, I think like from you mentioned like you got wiser with more experience, and the way you explain it, the example
yeah,
that you use, it really like it gets to the point. And yeah, and then I just love how you throw in questions to trigger people. It's like how like some of the financial planners would do as well, because like if you don't ask questions, like if you're just telling people something, it does not register. So the
yeah.
best way by to get people to understand something is really by asking them questions. So
Thank you so
and
much for your review.
all right. So yeah, it's just my honest, humble review. Yep. I mean, of course, to
Thank you.
like compared to many other like people who read way more than me, way more like finance like books than me, they might be able to give like better review, but that's just my honest opinion. So, and was this writing journey the same as the previous 6 books that you had?
This journey will be a little bit different. So because basically the stuff is already written, you know, because it's a compilation. So I have to dig back all the stuff and then rewrite,
Mm,
re-edit, and then tell the story probably differently, and add in some chart just to simplify things. So I think I can explain things better than I used to be. So it is way more different than how I write my books previously. So previously I do a lot of research, but now it's like what I think reader need is that how do I write something that can motivate them to do some action, right? I think that's the key of this book. So I want you to read it, and you'll be able to apply it right now. No? You will catch it, you will get it, right? It will be in your mind. Yeah, then if I can do that in this book, and I think it will be a success.
So that means like earlier you were just writing like to share the things that you know,
Yeah.
but like for this book itself, it's one step further because like things that you write, you really focus on getting people to take action. Can I say that?
Yes. You got it.
Mm-mm. That's interesting. Yeah. I would imagine because so as you mentioned, like you probably have done
Mhm.
no for other books you've done research from other people's writing, but for this like I would say you're probably like researching your own like articles, your own writing, and that's how you compile them, right? And
Yes.
how long did it take for you to do this
Um,
compilation?
how long? Probably 7 months. But in fact, I've been compiling it and put it in my ebook and give it away for free for many years. So I have like volume one, volume two, volume three, volume four. So when I was thinking like, should I come up with volume five? And then I got approached by the publisher and say, oh no, you are giving free ebook away. Why not turn it into a book? So I say, okay, they can got my stuff. The free ebook is free. You can just download. But if to do a book, it takes more time. In fact, so I actually like struggle because writing books takes a lot more time than doing other stuff like doing webinar, doing uh, interview, doing tutorial, doing video. I think those will be faster and reach our audience faster than writing a book, because after you write a book, you need to go through the editing process, and then you have to go to printing, and then only it will go through the bookstores, right? But my publisher convinced me to do this because he said that okay, you can reach people who don't read ebook, and then they probably don't go to YouTube, don't go to Facebook, then but they love to go to Popular Bookstore and PH Bookstore, and those are the people you want to reach. So I was like, okay, good idea. So I get it done.
I would have to agree. Like, I have to thank your publisher to have convinced you to write a book because I'm one of the ones who don't like reading ebook. It's just
Yeah.
because I mean it's for me like I like to have a good like sleep habit, so I really love to read before I sleep. So and like, I wouldn't want to use anything digital before I go. It's perfect for me. Thank you, publisher, Mister Mister.
Actually, me too. I like to read physical book, physical magazines. Yeah, me too, me too.
Yeah.
Same. Mm.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, like to add on to that, like you were so definitely like generous to give out free books. But sometimes I think no, when people like actually pay a small amount, like pay and like whether it's like buying the book online, the excitement of waiting for the book to get to them and then start reading it. For me, one step further, I wrap my book and then they start reading it. It's a different feeling, and like you should have more books printed. We also have Sean saying, respect for choosing to write a book. So much more effort. Definitely.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And to talk about it, it's the essence of all your years of like your own study about personal finance, right? And how many years is that?
Oh, I I start to read about this stuff. I think since 2000. I think year 2000 is where I started to read more about money,
Mm,
and also I during these 2 decades, right now it's 2021. I learned from a lot of people too, because I did some courses, and
mm,
and that's how I get to know more details about specific kind of like investment mentality, and how ordinary people can really like achieve financial success. There are many that I've known who managed to do
mm,
that. So it all started from all these as you say in your uh, in your write up. It's called Money Smartness, right? That's why I call this book Money Smart. You want to be money smart, and you can do. It's like maybe crossing a river. So if you are smart, then you can cross the river easily. But if you're not smart, you will get washed away by the water. So a lot of people never know that money smart is so important to get to where you want to be in the future.
Yeah, it is true. Like we have people who are, in my introduction, I mentioned we have people who are book smart. We have people who are people smart. But money smart is one that gets you a long way. For some, like I don't think like we should keep focusing about the money value itself, like the dollar sign. But if you actually know the when you see money differently, it brings you a long way. Like I think if you keep reading the book, you will find out it's not just about money, because I just love how you put like perspective of life when writing this book as well. Because some people see money as just money, but it's actually not. It's the value that you put, like money on. Yeah. So, and like I was just wondering, like, what was your biggest challenge in writing this book?
Biggest challenge.
Hmm.
Oh,
On
I
top of
actually
the,
thought about it.
yeah, a good reflection for you, like your 7 months and like 20 over years of your work on this.
I guess the biggest challenge is to think of how to strip down some money concept into very simple, easy to understand. So that's why I actually spend a lot of time, right? Think of how to draw some charts. So there are some charts in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I redraw some chart as well on how to make it simple that you can just look at the chart and you understand what it is. And yeah, basically simplify thing. I think that is the most difficult part. You can sometimes we read books. I read books that is like 200, 300 pages.
Mm-hmm.
But if the author is good, they can just summarize it in one page, right? Like one diagram. So that's the whole book.
Hmm.
For example, I don't know. I just want to
Yeah,
show
I
you
think
one
it's.
book.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
not
think
one,
it's. Yeah, I would totally agree.
right?
Hmm.
Have you seen this? Made to Stick.
No.
So this is a book that the first time I read a book and I'm so impressed with the book.
Uh-huh.
So the book is called Made to Stick.
Uh-huh.
So the whole book is this picture. Yes.
That is the
See?
book
Yes, that's the book.
on one page.
Yeah, but it's of course it's like 200 over pages. But
Ah.
it will just give you more examples and answer all that is in there. So I think that's the hardest part to do with a book. So I have a lot of
Mm.
ideas, a lot of it in inside, but of course I cannot do as this like one page just to represent the whole book. No, I still couldn't do that.
But I think, yeah, I would agree that the hardest thing is, like because like as a financial planner, like we explain like concepts like to client as well. But sometimes the more we talk, it can be confusing for people. And like but I just love how you use the examples, and as you mentioned the charts. Like one of the ones that I really like, it's about have you actually chart out your income, expenses, and your savings, and your assets, liabilities, and your net worth. I think it's a very, very easy to explain. And yeah, I mean, I think the key thing about like learning from a book is that if there's something after reading the book, you can just you just want to grab a paper and a pen right away to write things down and to answer the questions that you were actually asking in the book. I think that is the best way to really like get people to get the to really grasp the concept of all these money tips. Really, yeah, I think I would say like you have done a good job. Thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
thank you.
And look, like Kensing is asking, like, is the book available in Malaysian
Oh
bookshops now?
yes. Now I think the best deal is from Popular. So they
Mm,
are it's in the category of like special offer or something for members. So if you are Popular members, you can get 20% discount. So I think the book is like 40 ringgit right now from Popular. You can
hmm.
buy it online.
Which is
Mm,
such a like a good deal, right? Like
yeah.
40 over ringgit for 20 over years of essence of money tips.
Yes.
All right. So and yeah. Oops. Sorry. Wrong button. Uh
Mm.
so I was just also wondering you have been writing for such a long time on your blogs, on ebooks and all these things, like while compiling for this book and to
Mhm.
make it like 350 page of a book, what did not make it to the final version?
Ah, uh, I leave out a lot of things too. A lot of things that is like
Mm,
very hard to explain on paper.
okay.
Yeah, so like for example, when you want to show something using a spreadsheet, I think it's better than just talking about all the formulas screenshot in a book. I think it's very hard to learn something. So those things couldn't make it into the books. So those are basically in my courses. So like for the people who want to learn like more details in certain subjects, I always have that in my courses. So you can check it out. Yep. I think
Hmm,
the complicated
interesting.
stuff doesn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it makes sense, like,
Yeah,
because you earlier you mentioned the goal of this book
yeah,
is to make people understand the key points, the important like money tips in a very simple way. So yeah, it would defeat the purpose if you put in all the complicated like and the boring stuff in there. Yeah, because like
yeah.
personal finance to some people, these two word itself might sound heavy to some, and like financial planning it's even like a heavy word that might scare away some people. So, but the key thing is that we are all working for money. So, and like it's very important to be money smart
Yeah.
instead of like chasing money blindly without knowing what you are actually doing. Yeah, and I also love how you discuss perspective of life in this book itself, instead of like as mentioned, like some of the serious boring topics, and explaining everything about economy and all these things that
Mhm.
might just put people to sleep like in 1 2 pages.
they
Yeah.
they have a lot of textbook for that. You don't need me
Yeah,
to write that,
yeah.
right?
Exactly. So, could you share with us some highlights of your favorite chapter or topic in this book itself?
Yeah, I can do that. In fact, I can show you the chart. So I guess I can share my screen again, right?
Sure.
Share screen. Uh, okay. Okay. Am I sharing my screen now?
Yep,
Do you
you
see it?
are.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
I was just
Okay.
talking about this earlier.
Yeah, I draw a lot of charts for this thing. So you'll see money charts of I think I have three charts there, like talking about money charts of the mediocre and the rich and the poor, right?
Mhm,
So mediocre is I would say the middle class. You know, when you make money and you save a portion of it to spend. So this is balance. So if you are like this, is basically you're okay. You know, you always have some saving, and that
mhm,
saving you will buy your house, buy your car, and
mhm,
basically you get your assets and the liabilities and the net worth. So this is like the normal usual
mhm,
people will be like this.
mhm,
And then the money charts of the poor is when the incomes is not enough for spending.
mhm,
So they have to spend a lot more than their income. So that means they have deficit. So they spend a lot more. And
mhm,
because of they have to spend a lot more, so they have a lot more debts as well. So their net worth is actually negative. So
mhm.
this
That's a
is,
no-no.
of course, this is no.
Yeah, yeah, like Yeah, I mean, don't get yourself into this. This is where like people start taking like personal loans or credit card loans to survive.
Yes, and the chart of the rich is that they can save a lot. In fact, because they might be earning a lot of more money too, and then they could be spending more than the middle class, more than the mediocre, but
Hmm.
because they earn a lot more, so they can still save a lot more, and uh, and, and they know how to use that money, the saving, to acquire a lot more assets.
Hmm.
So that's why the net worth is a big chunk too. So these are three charts. I think one of the chapter I talk about this, and yeah, this is when you look at your net worth over time. We can plot a chart similar like this. So from zero until 90 years old. So you go through the phase the learning phase where you don't really accumulate any money, right?
Hmm.
And then sorry, this is I might explain it differently. So this is talking about income. So you can look at this chart is income, and this is no, this is income. So this is expense. So what I mean here is that when in the learning phase, someone just spend money, right?
Yeah,
So who is sponsoring the spending is of course your
the
parents,
parents.
your pharma bank, your pharma bank.
Yes, just
So
sending you to tuition, to good school, and at certain point, like even the high school kids get to use like expensive mobile phones, and some are even given a credit card already at that age. Yeah, I mean basically the spending phase.
yes, so this is basically a learning phase. So you have to learn, have the capability to make money. So after you
Yeah.
graduate, then you can start to make money. So your income should be always higher than you spend, right? So you
Hmm.
can have if your finances is well planned, at least during these productive years of like until you're retired at age 55, your income should keep increasing until the day you retire. So when you
Hmm.
retire, you have enough nest egg. So the phase C, the retirement phase, will be at least you have your passive income to cover all your expenses, so that you can retire and have financial independent. So this is a well planned finances. I guess for financial planner like Catherine, you will help your client to plan this, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
This is at least like you should be planning for this. But can be better, right?
Yes, yes. So so I zoom in. It's a similar chart. So I zoom in here. So I say that here, when you look at this place, so what happened is you want to sometimes it will be affected by unexpected events.
Hmm.
So let's say unemployment,
Hmm.
then your income will suddenly drop. Let's say at age 32, right? You
Yep.
suddenly become unemployed,
Yeah, that might happen to
right?
some people during the pandemic, right?
Yes, then the income drop, then you have to live on your saving, in fact. So it will
Hmm.
become a deficit. So this thing will happen, and also there are unexpected events like illness. So sometimes illness, you might be able to work, but it might prolong for a while, take a few years to recover from the illness. So this might be how it looks like. And then
Hmm.
yeah, I think basically that's how. So when I talk about this, that's how when uh, you want to cover it, like illness, you can cover with insurance. So if you
Hmm.
have insurance,
To transfer the risk
you have transferred
away.
the risk, then
Hmm.
basically you will still have your income going.
Hmm.
You don't have a deficit.
Yep.
Yep.
Interesting how you just got everything into chart, which is such a good way to explain for
Yep.
people who who just somehow probably don't like the words too many words, but they prefer seeing things in a graph that is like it says it all. Yep. And
This is
correct.
another chart that I also like. I think no, I've never seen this chart anywhere. Uh, so that's why I draw it. So it's very simple. You know what I do? I do music.
Mm-hmm.
So in my book, I talk about how we buy the mic, right? Like this mic cost me like $200.
Mm-hmm.
So there are mics that is like $30, $50, right? So there are also mics that cost more than $10,000. So maybe like Beyonce will use that kind of mic.
Yeah,
so
I believe so.
so when I was doing music production, right? So I will buy mic that is like in a $200 range. So you will get like 80% of the audio quality.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to spend more on those mic, I can spend up to like 2,000, or I can spend up to like 10,000, right? Just to get a mic, the Beyonce mic, right? so so these are the premium we pay, right? From here, oops, from here to here. So these are the premium that we pay, and you have to. It's always a constant struggle because whenever you upgrade your stuff, there are more premium you need to pay, but the quality you get probably just a little bit of boost. So, for example, like audio quality, a lot of people cannot hear the difference between 80%, 90%, 95%. So, to them, like when they hear anything above 80%, is like the same to them. you know.
Mm.
So it's the
Yeah.
same thing also like for car when like people like to upgrade their car. If you buy a car with four wheels with aircon,
Mm-hmm.
the basic like with stereo. So, for example, a Kancil have all those,
Uh-huh.
or a normal Proton
Malaysian
car,
context,
right?
yes.
Yeah, Malaysia car. You have
But
all
I
those.
think like Kanchu, it does not exist in Malaysia anymore. I think the smallest car is it Viva?
Now it's
Yeah, the
Viva, is
small.
it? Oh,
I
okay,
think so.
okay,
Yeah, I think
okay,
it's being replaced. Okay.
okay. So, no, a small size sedan car, I think is enough. It's like 80%. It can do everything already. You can get from point A to point B. And but some people will spend a lot more money on car, right? You can buy 10 times the cost of a Viva,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
probably you get a Mercedes or something. It's still not the best, but you can even spend more, like 10 times more than the Mercedes, and you get a very very expensive
Rolls
European
Royce.
SUV or whatever, right? So so there's always a premium to pay, and I would say that this premium you always have to uh, weigh it, like see whether it is
Mm.
really going to give you that pleasure, that happiness. So does it worth it?
Yeah, I
Mm.
think it's such a good chart to use to make a money decision because many times like we see things that we want, like I don't know, it can be yeah, like you mentioned, expensive car or like a very expensive phone or like a very I don't know, a very expensive like hotel stay.
Mhm.
So with when you are like charting out like this way, it makes it so easy to uh to make a decision. Is it worth it to pay like 10 times more for just a slightly better improvement? It
Yes.
might, yeah, to some people it might feel really good to be driving that car or
Mhm.
to staying in that 6 star hotel, but I mean, to make better decision is really when you weigh that together with what you're paying for. Then
You
then
know what is bad about this is that it feels good when you upgrade, but it doesn't feel good when you downgrade.
huh.
It feels a lot worse when you downgrade. So that actually limited your choice. I heard from a friend before. Uh, no, I wouldn't say his name, but at Penang, I actually talked to him a lot of times at the time, and he worked for a big corporation in Malaysia. So the
Mhm,
directors are very well paid, so they
mhm,
have a lot of money. They buy Porsche. So when I talk to him, he shared something. He said that oh, they are very rich. They are very rich. They yearly they have income of like maybe 10 million or something. So you have a lot of money to spend. And but he say I'm not envy. He doesn't envy them. He said that
mhm.
actually that limit your choice of stuff already, because when you want to go travel, you have to book anything. If that's anything below 5-star hotel, you will
Mhm.
suffer.
Yeah.
You'll suffer, right? So, because your house might be better than that hotel. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
I mean it really happened to me too, right? I flew business class before, and now when I sit on economic class, I feel like wow, business class is so good. Now you know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I drive good car, and then if you ask me to drive a lousier car, I feel that oh why this car is not so good anymore. Like it doesn't feel good anymore. So in fact, I think the joy is through the process, the process of having that progress. So another advice: if you let's
Yeah.
say just as about car, if you want to upgrade your car, you do it slowly,
Mm-hmm.
because every upgrade will be refreshing, right? Every upgrade will be refreshing. So like you're using 20,000 car, you use 30,000 car, you use 40,000 car, you use 70,000 car. Every step is like one step further. So you will feel the joy, and then you always refresh that joy maybe
Right.
every 2 years or 3 years. So if you go from a 30,000 car, you go to straight to 300,000 car, then anything in between is all garbage to you,
You're
right?
missing the joy there.
Yes, you're missing the joy because you already like
Right.
jump there, and then you will get used to it. Trust me, you will get used to it. When I first moved into this house, I was so happy, but you get used to it after 6 months. When I drive my Mustang, also I get used to it after 1 month. It's the same, just driving the car. It's
And
just the
Kensing
same.
is just saying nothing beats like driving around in a Mustang. Right. Yeah, but I think that's a very like good like way to look at it, because like for people who like like just can only fly first class, business class, or people can only stay in 5 6 star hotel,
Yeah,
they are so limited. I mean, they think they have more, but in fact they have limited choices, because
yeah,
and chances of them like imagine like for example like you are paying like 300 ringgit for a very normal hotel or something less than that, but the minute you step into it like it's like exceeds your expectation. Maybe you have a
yeah.
very friendly like host of that place, owner of that homestay, or it gives you a very perfect view, something that money cannot buy. Then that's the joy that you get, instead of paying like 10,000 for a night hotel, and you move in there, you started complaining, oh, this does not beat the one that I was staying previously, and that does not make a happy person, I think. Yeah, I think it's a very very good way
Yeah.
to look at things. Yeah, and Kaho is just saying he loves the Mike calls the diagram.
Thank you, Carl.
Yeah, I think yeah, definitely. It's I mean everyone should start like making money decision by drawing charts like this. It gives you a better clarity. It makes you have a smarter choice. And uh, we also have Helva saying the joy of spending is through the process by
Yeah, the
KCLau.
progress. Yes, yes, the progress.
Yep, yep.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. We also have Sean saying, asking, Casey, does the value of money change with the technology we have today? What's your
Oh,
point of view?
yeah. This is also something that I always talk to my wife and my son about, because
Mhm.
we in this our generation, the technologies advance so fast that we have new stuff to use every year, right? Every year something come out, and it doesn't cost a lot of money though, right? I recently I bought a drone, which is
Mhm.
just a couple $100. Then I
Mhm.
bought soundbar, also a couple $100. It's unlike last time we have to spend a lot of money to get this stuff, and now it's
Mhm.
getting smaller and getting cheaper. And like even the phone, right? It is like a supercomputer now on your hand. So
Mhm.
yes, I do agree with Sean that the technology now actually give us more value for what we spend on. In fact,
Hmm. All right. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, we are spoiled with choices, but yet people are
exciting
still
time.
complaining. They're still complaining that they are not happy with this, not happy with that. things to think about, right? Uh, all right.
I,
So you have, yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
and
Go on.
one more thing, so sorry to add on just now. Though when we say the joy is in the progress, because you think of yourself, right? You only have 24 hours a day, so the things you use actually is very limited. So like, how many cars can you drive? Do you need like 10 cars in your garage, right? Because every time you drive, you're going to just drive one car. And phone is same. You don't have 12. You don't need to have 12 phones, right? You just need one phone. So of course, the things that we use very often, then we slowly upgrade just the things. I think it will give you a lot of pleasure in life, like the mattress you sleep on. So even like clothes, you don't have to have hundred of clothes. You just have to have, maybe 10 or something. But you upgrade slowly and you buy only the clothes that you like. You really like, hell yeah, I need this one, not because it's cheap. You like it because it will make you comfortable, make you looks good. So no, change the way we spend money. I think we get a lot of joy from it.
Yeah, yeah. Relationship with money. I think, yeah, it's so important that when we are so spoiled with choices nowadays, it's uh, it's even more important if we actually like sit down very carefully and think: does this really make me happy? Do I need this? Why am I spending so much extra on things that and it's not bringing me like any happiness? And that is something to think about, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you've shared like many money tips. And how relevant is your book to Malaysians today, in your opinion?
This is a very good question. This is actually my favorite question.
Oh,
I read
good thing I didn't skip this.
I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. That book is like a
Uh-huh.
personal finance Bible, right?
Uh-huh.
Robert D. Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
So that book I read it when I was, I don't know, maybe when I was 20 years old, like back in year 1999 or 2000. So I guess a lot of people now also, like when you're asking about what is the personal finance book you should read, most people will say start with that one, Rich Dad Poor Dad. So the problem is that when I read that, no, it really changed my mind. Is a very good book because it's a superb storytelling, right? Through the storytelling, you kind of like learn a lot of money concept. Then after learn that, oh, we are very motivated to do something. But too bad that all the concept, a lot of it is not applicable in Malaysia. It's different.
Mm,
Concept could be same, but the environment is different. So a lot of the tricks is actually different. So that's why I would say, when I come up with this book, I'm trying to cover the things that is uh, where Malaysians reader you can find a lot of personal finance book, but a lot of it is actually not relevant to you, especially when they talk about taxes. Like in the US, tax is a huge thing. If you can save on tax, actually you really save a lot of money. Malaysia, the tax is quite favorable, I would say. It's a
mm,
lot more better than the situation in the United States. So that's what just a difference when they talk about taxes and also investment. Like in Malaysia, it's actually very good environment for investment. There's no capital gain tax, no dividend tax, but a lot of country they tax on this too, dividend tax and right, and then they in Malaysia also don't have estate tax.
mhm,
So that's why I think a lot of things in Malaysia that we only Malaysians can apply, and that's not available in other
mhm,
countries.
mhm. All right.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
would say very 100% very relevant to Malaysians, which is in my book. Yes.
Yep. Which I
Really
can
good.
actually totally agree.
Yeah,
Somehow we just grabbed the Pope at the same time. Yeah. So, yep. For anyone who just started watching, like, stay tuned. We're gonna share more about the book, and we are also giving away 2 free copies of this. So you just have to, keep participate and share your thoughts and tell us what you think about it. Ask us questions, and at the end of the show, we'll just pick the lucky one to send out these 2 books for. Okay. All right. So, yep. So you talk about how having more money does not correlate to happiness. and how happiness is a single universal purpose of life, which I totally agree. Right. So, and how is your personal experience of this? It's my favorite question. The earlier one was yours, but this is mine. Yep.
You know, I kind of like talk about this already before this. So I think the it is about finding the purpose in life. So a lot of people, I think, there are many authors also write books about finding meaning in your life, right? What kind of meaning, what kind of things that you do actually make you happy. So and some people are lucky to find it out earlier. If you don't know, it poses a danger when, let's say, someone, he works his entire life, so he's thinking of like, I have to have enough money so that I can retire. So at the time when they finish with the job, they have enough money and they retire. A few years later, they die. You know? What happened is that when he stopped working, there's a sudden emptiness in life. So he doesn't know what he wants to do. Nothing makes him happy. He's like kind of lost. So there are people like that. So if you are in a situation that you are still having a hard time finding what actually make you happy, I think you should spend time on that. Read those books. Also, I'm not a life coach that can teach you about this, but I'm lucky that I know what made me happy, right? So what made me happy is very easy. When I feel tension, I will sing. I'll play song. I sing. Then I'll become very happy. I'll just play on piano. So I'll play, and then sing, and then it make me happy. So I'll be happy for the rest of the day. And I like to read emails. So some people say that, okay, when they give me feedback, some of my article or message or email that give them new perspective, I'm happy. And I guess helping people also bring a lot of happiness to you. And so I guess this is just that you just have to identify a few of the things that really make you happy. Money can make you happy at the start, but sometimes over a certain stage, it just doesn't bring out the joy anymore. Like for example, we can talk about the car upgrade kind of thing, right? So the first time first time I drove a car, I was so happy because before that I was riding a motorcycle. So when I got a car, it's a 5,000 ringgit car, very old, 20 years old. The car is like the same age as me at that time. and then when I upgrade to a better car, it's like I think 7,000 ringgit car. It feel like so much joy. So and then upgrade some more, upgrade until when we're in the States. So the States in the car is cheaper. So we fork out. We will say that it is okay to buy a better car because it's cheaper here. Since we already pay all the taxes. In Malaysia, you want to pay tax, you buy the car, right? Buy car, then you pay a lot of taxes. Does this make sense? Like for example, the car value actually is like 50,000, but you pay another 50,000 to buy that car, so it's 100,000 car. But actually, the car value is 50,000. But in the state, is that you already pay the 50,000 the tax, so you only fork out the 50,000 to buy that car. So different kind of mindset already here. So when I upgrade, and then we drive a Volvo SUV, I drive a Mustang, and then I was thinking, if I upgrade some more, it's just like maybe I can get happy for a while, but it's not long lasting. This thing is really, it doesn't mean anything. It will give you a joy for a few months when you ride it, but after that it's just like normalized in your life. Like you got initial stage of pleasure, but it just like normalized. It's the same with upgrading house too. Like when I first buy my house, although it's a small house, but we are very happy with it. When we upgrade a little bigger, and then now a little bigger, and then now I'm thinking, oh, should I upgrade some more? No, we are just 3 person. So if upgrade some more, it's going to bring me more misery because a lot more things to take care, right? All your
Yeah.
bills go up, so it really doesn't bring more joy anymore. So no, I would say money just until a certain stage. That's it. But if you want to find happiness, it's about what you can do for others, and and the no, basically the little things that you can find joy in life. So for me, I'm lucky that I know what brings joy to me.
Yeah, I think
And
that
yeah,
that is really key, like to succeed in life, I would say, because like there's no point like you keep chasing something that you are really not sure about. I hear a lot of example of like I mean the young people who have like such, I see them being so passionate, so energetic about, for example, like to achieve financial independence and retire early. I hear this so much, like I want a fire movement and I want to achieve that, like help me with that. But when I hear more of this, I mean, it's a good thing they have the drive, but I kind of worry like what will happen like 20 years or 10, 20 years or 30 years down the road, because they are seeing the goal as such a big thing, and but what happens after that? Because I also see like a real life example of some people who have achieved that, and every time like like people who have achieved like or retired, of course they have more time, they will call out friends to chit chat and this and that, but I don't see them having that kind of drive and passion in life anymore. It's like they used to be very energetic, they work very hard, but once they achieve that, they turn into a different person. There's nothing to chase for anymore. But I think you kind of brought out the key point, which is the, the 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 key thing is really in the journey, in the process. While they were busy chasing them, they forgot all the small little things that happen in between, like the journey. And once they get there, they have no idea, no clue what's gonna happen now. And right,
exactly. Yes, absolutely right.
right. I think yeah. So we also have a question from Cindy. Is a free ebook from KCLau website part of the Money Smart book? Question.
Yes, it's a compilation of all the 4 ebooks I give away and more, and also
Hmm.
more updated.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And yep, here I am holding the book here. So yep, I mentioned many many times like please I mean stay tuned, like keep commenting, like share your thoughts. This is because we are giving out 2 free copies of this, and it is also available at the Popular Bookstore and also Popular Online. That's
Like
the easiest way to get
MPH, you can find it there or too. Like,
it. Mm-hmm.
mm.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, back to what we were saying, like Steve is saying, you still need to have your big why at every stage in your life. Doesn't matter what you are after, and doesn't matter what you are chasing for. There's always a big why. And yeah, I think another thing that you are really demonstrating, and you were just demonstrating earlier, that to have happiness, or like your way to be happy, like close to you, which is the keyboard that you're having next to you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can imagine like any point you were stressed out, you have no idea, run out of idea, like for writing, you just turn right to start playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do we get the honor to hear like a short like performance by you?
Yeah. What's your favorite song?
My favorite song, wow, on top of my mind,
I
uh
know more Mandarin song though, like English song maybe I don't know many.
Mandarin,
Yeah.
like the new ones or the older ones.
Your
Mm,
generation.
oh wow, my
So
generation.
that'll be very
I'm a
new. That'll be very new.
her. Let me think. I'm thinking for my audience here.
Okay.
Because on top of my mind, I can think of my favorite song, and my favorite song, I don't think it's Mandarin. So I think most people would like Jay Chou's songs.
OG Chow.
If you know any of them,
I know.
just
Yeah, I know a few. 让我离开，我真的慢慢走开。微笑来带过。这种天分，包容你也接受它。的太多。
I hope
Forgot the
everyone who
lyrics.
is
Sorry.
watching, like clapping together with me as well. It's such an honor to, read it in your book. I mean, from there, I know your journey of like coming to, becoming this, I don't know, this gangster like Steve and Sean are talking about, which I have no clue. But
The
I mean,
OG.
one thing for sure, we all see you as the person who started contributing to Malaysians to write about all these money tips, about things that we can all learn from, and it's all coming from the essence of your own journey, your experience of learning for this like two over decades. Yeah, that is something that we appreciate. So that comes to almost the end of our session today. So what is that? Oh, let me play this first. um, All right. So, what is the big audacious habit or goal that you want our audience to take action right now?
Ah. So in fact, personal finance, I would say is quite simple. It's really very simple. So if you can save like 30% of your money you make, so that means you can just live on the 70% and you save your 30%. And you use that 30% to buy productive assets such as properties, stocks, and you have to be skillful enough as an investor to get a return that is a double digit. Then you have no trouble retiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very simple to remember, right? Just two things: save 30%, invest, and get more than 10%. So of course there are a lot of details in there how to do that.
Mm. Yep,
And
it's all in
but
the book.
yeah. But you know the goal, then you kind of like know what you should be learning, right? So it's very simple. It's just owning assets, owning productive
Right.
asset,
Yeah. I mean,
that you
it's
can
not
retire.
something. It's not rocket. Yeah.
Not rocket science.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's not
you're right.
rocket science. Yep. Everyone can do it, and they just have to start right now.
Yes,
All right. So thank you, Casey, for spending an hour with me today
my pleasure to be
on
here.
a Saturday morning, and I hope everyone has a benefit from this session. And I'll probably see you again in another session on PodCat, hopefully.
Thank you. If you want to have me back, yes, of course.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you have definitely learned a lot from Casey himself. And yeah, I mean, for this summary is really like it's making to retire and to be smart with money is not rocket science. So one simple thing that you can start off is saving 30% of your income every month consistently, and to aim for a 10% interest rate. So, and it's not too late to still like share our video, because as I mentioned, we have 2 copies of this free book. If you participate and you share and you comment and tell your friends about it, and you get to be the lucky one to get this book from us. All right.